I'll convene this special meeting of the Board of County Commissioners. It's Friday, October 20th, 2017. We have one item on the agenda today, which is an executive session. When I bring the gavel down, I will be leaving the room, and the board will convene under the chair of the vice chair and acting chair, Commissioner Bozievich. Now, I got to say a couple of things before I bring the gavel down. I am recused. I've not been a part of this discussion, and people are asking me why I am recused. And I'm explaining that I have a conflict of interest. And they ask me who said I am recused. And I tell them that I am the only one that says that I am recused, because that is my duty and my responsibility to recuse myself. The reason I'm recused is because I do have a conflict of interest, because my son does work for the unit that is in negotiation with the county at the current time in labor negotiation. Consequently, I do not participate in these discussions. I don't hear the things that other members of the Board of County Commissioners hear. Therefore, I don't have a full range of information regarding the decisions that are made inside of this room, or the deliberations that take place inside of this room before decisions are made outside of this room. The decisions that are made outside of this room I have no part of. Now, I got to tell you all in this room, this is really highly frustrating for someone such as myself. I've been an employer for many, many years. I discuss paychecks with my employees through the years, and I tell them on a regular basis each year how much a company pays for their job. The part of that discussion is how much we pay in LTD tax, how much we pay in unemployment insurance, how much we pay in profit sharing, and the other things that were involved when I was working in private industry for Jerry's, when I was working in non-profit for Food for Lane County. I had employees in both of those situations that ultimately I was the one that discussed the paychecks with them. So I understand it. I have skill. I have skill at doing this. And I don't got to use that skill. And if you got to understand that's a particularly frustrating element for me. And anybody who may be watching this has to understand that when I recuse, I'm not smiling as I walk out of this room. I'm not saying, phew, I'm glad I dodged that bullet. I'm not dodging a bullet. I'm stepping into a rain of bullets. This is an emotional roller coaster for everybody in this room. But for me personally, and I'm the only person I can talk to regarding this, it's particularly frustrating. And frustrating is a hard word to use, because frustrating is when you're frustrated, it's something you can't do anything about. Well, in this situation, when I step out of this room, I'm out of this negotiation. I cannot use the skill, the experience that I have, and the very things that you're talking about inside of this room. I cannot use those. And that's when the gavel comes down, I walk out of that room. I'm leaving you guys with a very difficult decision to make, very difficult discussions that are taking place. And it's painful for me to not be part of that discussion. Very painful indeed for me to not be part of that discussion. When the gavel comes down, I will be recused, and the Board of County Commissioners will recess and reconvene in executive session. So the reason I'm recused, I'm disqualified to avoid to avoid conflict of interest. The Board of County Commissioners will meet in executive session to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to carry on labor negotiations. This executive session is held pursuant to ORS 192.660D, which allows the Board of Commissioners to meet in executive session for the purposes listed above. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on any of the deliberations during the executive session except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decision may be made in executive session. We reserve the right to come back into public session should the need arise, at which time I would return to the room. We're recessed.